What the hell is going on out there, fellow binge watchers? Thank you for stopping in for another episode of the Binge Watch Brigade with Jim Bob Joe III and Jay-Z out here rocking and
What
rolling.
up?
John Carnage, how is it being back today?
Oh, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm pretty digging on these kaijus we were paying attention to recently. I was not expecting this to be as different from like Pacific Rim as it is.
Oh, it's extremely different from Pacific Rim, but it's got kaiju, so I'm in, you know?
I mean, yeah, I'm totally in as well. For those who have missed out on the episode that we're talking about today, or series, I should say, is Kaiju number 8. It is very good. Lots of big fight scenes. Lots of gut-wrenching, tear-jerker moments.
Oh, yeah.
I will admit, this is the anime that's gotten me the closest to cry of anyone's
Really?
you guys have recommended so far. Uh-huh. This
well, you
one,
know what's funny? This is like a comedy.
I know. Which, honestly, that was another thing about this show that I was not nearly expecting to appreciate as much as all the comedy in it.
So season 2 has recently started, and I've been watching it. And watching that, and then coming back and watching season 1 again, I forgot how funny it was.
Well, so whenever you look at the way that this show is it starts off with kind of a similar to like the start of My Hero. Like you have your main character who is very underpowered, nowhere near as good at most things as the others. Very much
It's actually
just
something I wanted to talk about was the similarities between the main characters.
I mean, this main character just doesn't suck like Deku though, so.
It's like if Deku grew up and didn't cry all the time, only sometimes when it's appropriate.
Only sometimes.
But he's so much more likable.
Yes, 100%. He has a way better, in my opinion, he has a way better personality, and he just has an overall like way cooler arc. And guess what?
Right.
It didn't take 5 seasons for him to become cool.
That's also true. My favorite thing that he has similar with Deku is that he doesn't care. He just runs into it. He has that hero mentality.
I mean, Deku kind of has that to a degree, but nowhere near.
It's like first episode when he went in to save Kachan.
That's what I'm saying. He does, but I feel like he also understands his limits and knows when he needs to run away versus like Kafka doesn't give a shit.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Like Kafka full well knowing like his best option is to run will not do it on a sense of duty, pride, and honestly just faith in his group.
Right.
So just to not skip too far ahead, but Kaiju number 8, you can catch it on Crunchyroll, I know for a fact. I don't know if it's available anywhere else.
Pretty sure it's on Netflix.
I don't think so. When I looked, it wasn't on there, but I could be wrong. But Crunchyroll for sure. Basically, it follows the story of a cleanup member named Kafka. He is part of the Kaiju cleanup crew, and this world, as you would expect, is very Kaiju infested. There are defense forces that are put in place to try and take care of these kaijus. They actually have, they're called numbered weapons, which they end up using from like some of the more powerful kaiju. They'll like dismantle their bodies and shit, and they'll like make weapons out of them. There's a lot of pride that the defense force has, and there's actually like a really heartfelt story that's like put in the background of a down and out wannabe hero who is almost past his prime completely, who is given one last shot to make his dreams come true.
Yeah, because they changed the age limit.
Yeah, he was too old and he couldn't try out for the force, but they raised it by 1 year to 33, so he was able to go one last run. He tried 12 times.
Let's take a break here, and I just want to talk about how this show just shot me right in the heart personally. How he's like, I'm too old. It's like my life is over. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, bro, we're the same age. Stop.
I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, it's very similar. It's like whenever one of the characters in the show, Kikaru Shinomiya, it's actually the heir to a very vast fortune. Her dad's actually the director of the entire Defense Force. And I will say, am I the only person in this conversation right now who feels like this show drew a lot of pulls from like My Hero? Because so many characters in the show just remind me of My Hero characters. So many.
It's definitely got that feel to it for sure, but I might offend some people here. I like it more. I know you definitely do already.
Oh yeah, this show makes that show look like Dookie, for sure. Well, I mean, I thought that anyway. I thought that before. I thought that before I saw this show, so it just made it even worse. It's not just Dookie; it's the white dried up Dookie that's been sitting there for like a few weeks.
I will say one of the few things that My Hero has on it is art style.
Oh, I absolutely not. Kaiju is way better.
Really?
Oh, 100%.
I don't know about all that. But okay.
Dude, it's absolutely gorgeous when you watch the first episode.
More so character design.
Okay, you have me there. You definitely have me there. The character design is much more simple in Kaiju than it is in My Hero. There's a lot more definition to the characters in My Hero than there is in Kaiju. But I feel like that's not a major focus for them, because for them it's
not
all story.
It's not. The focus, it's not character design, it's more about character depth.
We don't know that yet. We just got into the start of season 2.
Yeah,
that's not fair. That's not fair. My Hero's been going for
I'm not saying that there's more depth in Kaiju number 8. I'm saying they focus more on depth than they do on design.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay, now I'm understanding what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah. Like there's more soul to the characters than what they look like.
Yes, 100%. That I will agree with you on wholeheartedly. But this show was a lot more of a comedy than I expected that you were talking about. Basically with the main character Kafka working inside of this, cleanup crew, he never was able to make it to the Defense Force. He could never pass the second test. Well, he ends up getting a new recruit, Reno, and he is very basically saying, I want to go to the Defense Force. And he's, he calls Kafka an older guy. A lot of people rag on him for how old he is, which is bullshit to me in real life because it's the same age I am.
Right.
So, it's just one of those things where he's kind of like trying to work through his day to day, and he's trying to help out Reno, who is a new recruit into the cleanup crew. He's using it as an in to kind of like get better and then eventually get into the force. And they both end up getting accepted for the exam together. So that's actually a really cool part of the beginning of the story.
Cool.
These two definitely develop a huge bond right off the bat. It almost kind of reminds me of like the solo leveling
Genu. Kind of.
Damn it, what's his name? It's so damn close to Genu.
It's Gino or something like that.
Yeah.
I can never remember his name.
I can never remember his name. But the only difference is that instead of Genu being like 125% like overpowered in comparison, like it's actually kind of the other way around, or Reno
at the beginning anyway.
Yeah, Reno is way more up there. But you actually do get to see a lot of really cool moments in the beginning where Kafka actually does kind of show off what he can do, where his reactions are there and he doesn't freeze like how Reno does whenever the kaiju is attacking them, because they're trying to clean up the remains of a kaiju, and then a kaiju shows up to start attacking them, which is insane. Which they talk about that later, actually, that it's surprising that the kaiju are just like popping up out of the ground. It seems like they don't really talk about it in the beginning because they are establishing a lot more at the time. But like whenever you get into the later meetings with like the council, what would you call it? The council, or
I think that's what they were called. Was the council?
Yeah, the like Defense Force Council.
The higher ups of the Defense Force.
Yeah, whenever they're kind of having a moment where they're doing, having a meeting there, and then all the members of, damn it, Division 3. I always want to say District 3, but we're not in Hunger Games.
Right.
So the Division 3, which basically, just to break it down, the 3rd Division is basically like SEAL Team 6 in like, U.S. Forces type of shit. Like, they are like the elite group, which also ties that into the main character too, because
I think you just feel that way because you haven't met anyone else.
but we also, that's what it's portrayed as in the first season.
Yeah.
Like, that's because think about how all the people who are going.
To be fair, Mina is OP.
Yeah, Mina's a badass.
The captain, that is the captain of the 3rd Division.
Who is also, behind the scenes, a childhood friend of Kafka, our main character. But she has a very solid, duty-bound mindset. Mm-hmm. She is very duty-bound. Even, Kafka, from knowing her since childhood, lets out her first name multiple times and doesn't address her by rank. And her first thought is, you owe me push-ups.
Yep.
Which is hilarious when it happens, because he never expects that she's going to do that. He's like, wait, what?
Well, he also didn't mean to say it out loud.
Well, yeah. Especially in the induction ceremony where they had announced that he's going to be a cadet. Mm-hmm. Which, all right, hold on. I have to talk to you about this. I absolutely love the mindset that Kafka has whenever he's on the battlefield with all the other members of Division 3, and he realizes, I can't kill anything, but I can tell you how to kill them.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite part of this season, is Kafka like figuring out how like the where the core is and the reproductive organs and all that stuff, and then telling everybody how to kill things. That it's my favorite part of the whole season.
Yeah, and a lot of the battle scene moments are actually the parts that made me kind of teary sometimes. Where even like Kafka, the moment that they got into a huge battle and Kafka looks at all of his team members around him and just goes, I'm realizing that dream I had when I was a child.
Yeah.
And he says, I get to be a part of the lives of all of these amazing people around me that are such badasses, and I get to work with them every day, and I get to be a part of this. That was a part that really kind of hit me hard. It's one of those little moments where it really puts it in perspective for you of how much this meant to him and how much he didn't even realize it meant to him because he had given up on the idea.
Right.
How did you feel about the matchup with the vice captain?
You mean when Kaiju number 8 fights him?
Yes.
Okay. I do want to say one thing before that. Kafka is Kaiju number 8. After the first time when he's in the hospital, a Kaiju comes and enters him and fuses with him, and then he becomes Kaiju number 8. That's cleared up. That's all you need to know if you haven't watched it. Anyway, back to that fight. It was really cool. Vice Captain Hoshina is such a badass.
I'm glad that he is the way he is with like the fact that he's a sword master.
Right. And his backstory too, how he was always told you're never going to do anything. You're never going to get anywhere in the Defense Force because all you could do is use blades.
I mean,
and then Mina's like, "You're exactly what I need."
Yeah, because she recognized
Clear
the
the
talent.
path
She
for me.
realized it. Yeah, because she is the cannon that is going to annihilate all the big shit, but she needs somebody to take out all the small shit. But she also realized she also realized that the smaller stature kaiju were becoming a problem.
Right.
So also to rewind a little bit, just back to that hospital scene, just because we were talking about comedy and while it's fresh in my brain.
Are you?
I love the fact that they're having a full blown ass conversation, and then out of nowhere, like the kaiju. Which, by the way, did you hear what it said?
I found you.
Yes, that struck me. I still
Yeah.
want to know why he was looking for Kafka specifically.
I don't know.
So this
I
kaiju
wanna
found.
know.
I know. So this kaiju found him. Like went in. Like, did they show exactly? I couldn't make it out. Is it? Does it
went
go through
into
his mouth? That's what
Yeah,
I
it went in
thought.
his mouth.
So like this kaiju like flies into his mouth, and then he like turns into this like big badass like ripped like green bluish flame coming off a black body, like crazy, like almost looks like Bleach or Ron Carr fucking face looking deal. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a good. It's like an Arankar mask. Yeah, good.
Yeah, it
good
is.
Pull. Good pull.
So like he's sitting in the hospital bed, but he's still him. He just has the body of this like wickedly strong kaiju. And Reno like kind of pulls the curtain back and looks at him. He goes, "What's up?" And he's like, "Oh my god." So then he has to explain to him. He's like, "What?" Like, "Oh my god, no, it's me. It's me." And then like that old guy like sees him, faints, and then calls it in. He's like, "I think
Why was the door open?
I know. Oh, dude.
No, he fainted. He fainted because he's like, "What if I smile for him?" And then he makes like a scary face, and then he just passes out.
You know what he looks on again, pulling from something else. You know what he reminded me of as soon as he tried to smile was like the Toon Summon Skull from Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, but like everyone like starts freaking out, and then like I love how he's like, "We'll open the window," but he's so powerful that he just rips the entire wall down. Then they end up like, well, then he tries to like jump down, and he doesn't realize that he's gonna jump like 500 feet. Because he tries to like put his hand on the wall to like check on the old man's health, and like just basically punches a hole in the wall by accident.
Right.
Yeah, there is so much comedy in this that I really didn't expect.
I thought you were gonna bring up the thing that happens as they're running away from the hospital. Where he's like, "I gotta pee."
Oh, oh god. Why is that the way he pees? Because that was nowhere close to what I expected. Dude,
Reno's like, where's it gonna come out? I'm looking where it normally does it. I don't see nothing.
No, because there's like a little like plate right there.
He's got a codpiece.
Yeah. So as they're running, he starts peeing out of his nipples like he's lactating. Oh, that was... I mean, at least I would say that's probably the easiest way to run and pee at the same time, but I would not...
I don't know.
I don't want that to happen on a regular basis. I'm good.
Anyway, back to the Hoshina fight.
Oh, man.
It's really cool. Like Hoshina kind of senses that he's fighting like a human and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't really realize it there, but Kafka's like, or Kaiju number 8's like not really trying to hurt him.
He's not. No, he's running. He's trying to find a way to get away from him, not trying to take him out, which I'm still somewhat surprised that Vice Captain Hoshina did not pick up on that faster. I think it's just because of his like blind, like, I don't know. I'm not going to call it rage, but like determination to eradicate all kaijus, because that's like, kind of his sole mission.
Yeah.
Even Kafka said like he didn't know what to expect when the vice captain actually like went all out. It was way more terrifying than he thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Well, the dude's just so happy-go-lucky all the time. Like, he literally, during the examination, because Kafka got his leg broken, and he goes running with Reno, where Reno's got Kafka on his shoulders, and they're running to where, like, Kafka's got his pistol out.
He's like, just pass him. I need this comedy in my life.
Yeah, he's like, we need a comedy duo in it. Just pass him anyway. Those two are literally like the slapstick comedy brothers in the very beginning. Like it's supposed to be serious, but it ends up being bad. It looks like they're trying to play a game of chicken, and the next thing you know, they're trying to help kill kaijus. It's wild.
Have you ever watched One Punch Man?
I've watched the first season. I haven't watched any more than that.
Okay. Well, those two remind me of Saitama and
Genos.
Genos, yeah. Because like outwardly, normally everyone's like, okay, Genos is the strong one and they're just hanging out. But why is Genos like master and Rena's like sir and all that? But secretly Saitama and Kafka are the strong one.
Yeah. I still really do like that point because it actually, this show made me think about One Punch Man whenever Kaiju number 8 tells Reno, he's like, I'm gonna punch it as hard as I can.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, he's releasing his inner Saitama.
Yep.
I would love to see what would happen if Kaiju number 8 was trying to chase down a fly like Saitama. Or a mosquito.
Right.
Can we talk about how many times the man has lost his fucking legs?
Oh, so many times. So many times.
Dude, he has lost his legs so many times, and they just don't even... Like, he has lost so many limbs throughout this first season.
Legs, arms.
But it does show very, very often that the higher level kaijus have, like, regenerative abilities. Because, dude, I don't know, like... First off, I feel like, you know, because the numbered kaijus, right now we have kaiju number 8, 9, and 10.
Yeah.
Because 8 is Kafka, 9 is that, like, fungus one that they haven't, like, given a name of yet, which he's kind of doing the opposite of Kafka.
He's like the reverse Kafka, yeah.
Because he is a kaiju that's absorbing human bodies and, like, having a human form. Because for a while there, he poses as somebody for the cleanup crew. Which also, going back to comedy, absolutely fucking hilarious whenever he's sitting on the toilet, like, listening to music, and he's like, oh, gotta go back to work, and, like, transforms into his human body.
Right. Also, I love that Kafka's cleanup crew. They're great.
Oh, yeah, those guys are awesome. Well, it seems like every crew that Kafka gets in is just, like, that super family, like...
It's because of Kafka.
I mean, it has to be. But even so, like, there's the scene, you know, after their first big victory, which, of course, they waited until Reno and... Oh, God, his like, nemesis...
Kikuru?
Reno.
Reno.
Furuhashi.
Furuhashi, yes.
Yeah, Furuhashi is another one of the 3rd Division members, and he basically has taken it upon himself to, like, basically name Reno as his, like, nemesis, but in reality, they're friends, just kind of pushing each other.
They're good rivals.
Yes, this is Toto and Yuji, and JJK. Yeah. They're friends, but they're trying to, like, outdo each other.
Right. I like the other group of rivals, too.
There's a couple different ones.
Izumo and Kaguragi. I mean, they're all wanting to be Shinomiya's rival, but...
Well, yeah, no one's touching Shinomiya. Which, the first time you see Kikaru Shinomiya, it is a blonde, like, I don't know if they say how old she is, but she's a
16.
Okay, yeah, she's a blonde 16-year-old.
About that age, except for fucking
Kafka. Who is basically a prodigy. She graduated at a very young age. She is like we said before, the heiress, basically, to the general director of the Kaiju Force. And we'll talk about how fucking powerful he is later, because I was not... Don't get me wrong, like, his demeanor and everything, like, made it seem like he was going to be strong, but holy fuck is he strong.
Right.
But I love whenever you first see her, because she just comes off as this fucking brat, where she's, you know... Kafka and Reno pull up in their company vehicle and park in their parking spot, and they're walking up, and she's like, hey, I need you to move your car. He's like, why? He's like, because my lucky number is 5 and I need to park right there. And he's like, no, like, fuck off. I got here first. She's like, fine, I'll move the car. And just, like, takes her jacket off and exposes her, like, power suit that she has and just picks up the van with one arm and throws it.
She's really strong.
Yeah, well, I mean, don't get me wrong. That was with the power suit, not just her raw abilities, but still, it goes to show how like able she is, especially once she gets tested, because she puts out over 40%.
I think it was like 46% in the test.
That's what I thought. Which is like that's the same as like some captains on a normal basis.
Vice captains. Captains are usually higher than that, but
right.
Yes.
Well, I mean, even so, vice captain and vice captain Hoshina and Captain Ashiro. There we go. Ashiro. Captain Ashiro are, I mean, they're pushing 90 plus.
Yeah, 96, 98, something like that. Or no, 90, 92,
well, the
96,
vice captain
like
vice captain during the fight with 10 made it to 92.
Yeah, okay. He's 92, she's 96.
She's somewhere between 96 and 98, if I remember correctly. I know it's 96, but I think at one of the fights she pushed to 98. I could be wrong.
Also, I was wrong. Kikuru is the only one that's 16. Everybody else except Reno is like
21.
Reno's 18. Because she's like the youngest, and then Reno's also considered pretty young. But everybody else went through like university and stuff already. But they're all still young compared to Kafka.
Oh yeah, I mean, his literal nickname is just Old Man.
Oh yeah. Hey,
old guy.
Man. Old guy.
Yeah, hey old guy.
Especially Furuhashi. He's definitely calls him that a lot.
Oh yeah, for sure. I have to admit, I give the vice captain a lot of credit because he was really the only one besides Captain Ashiro's like white tiger and Shinomiya who really could detect that there was something off about him.
Right.
Because obviously the white tiger comes up and smells him and just like starts growling at him and he can't figure out why. But even like Shinomiya like comes right up to him and is like, yeah, you kind of reek like kaiju. Luckily Reno is really, really smart and goes, oh yeah, it's because we're on the cleanup crew and we are like elbow deep in kaijus all the time.
Right. Let's go back to that tiger real quick. I'm pretty sure he's just around, other than taking on small kaijus, pretty sure he's just around to be like a backstop for Mina when she shoots the rifle.
Yeah. Well, so there during the fight with 10, you see that the tiger is actually there literally just to be a buffer so she doesn't go flying from the recoil of her weapon.
Right. That'd be so cool to have a fucking white tiger as a pet.
Yeah, I would like that, but I feel like I don't trust it. It would rip my face off in the middle of the night or something.
Right, you'd have to be, as strong as her.
Just to put this out there too, there was that like old article like way back in the day about the person who was sleeping with like a boa constrictor or some shit in their bed. Yeah, fuck that noise. I'm not doing that. No way.
Thanks.
Yeah, no. Like that thing is going to eat me. Or like those people who own like crocodiles and stuff. Nah, bro, I'm good. Just takes one time stepping on that thing's tail and you're fucked. And it just decides you don't need a leg anymore.
Right. Anyway, I love Shinomiya's like character development because you were right. She seems like a brat when she first shows up, but then you start to realize that she's got the strength to back it up. But then she gets humbled, and after that, she becomes a really good character.
Well, that also pushes past like her upbringing too. Like her dad being the general director of the entire force, she was basically told, unless you're perfect, you're worthless. Because that was during the fight with 9, with Kaiju number 9, which at this point was unnumbered, by the way. She realizes that she wasn't perfect and she couldn't take out every threat. Because normally she just walks through every battlefield and just treats everything like her own personal play toy. Yep. This was the first thing she ran into that she could not take on. Which, I'll be honest with you, Kaiju number 9 actually scares the shit out of me with how intelligent it is.
He's terrifying.
Like, just to skip forward a little bit, like, by the end of the episode, you see that he has taken over a second body. He is playing internet chess to gauge humanity's individual intelligence and has only been playing for like what they said a week or two and is already at the top of the like chess world leaderboards for the online game, which I'm still confused because in that one final scene you see him in, there's two of them. So I'm wondering what the hell that's all about.
You get there.
I was going to say, you've seen the few episodes, which for those who don't know, season 2 is airing like right now. Like that's part of the reason why we didn't do season 1 and season 2 together is because the season's not over yet. So we want to give it time and let the season finish, and then we'll do a follow-up episode on that, which I guarantee will happen because this show was way too good not to revisit.
Oh, in season 2 is so good.
And I mean, we kind of skipped over it, but how do you feel? I would assume this is a rewatch for you in that old category of rewatch, regret, or recommend.
I regret not having rewatched it sooner.
I mean, that's fair. I will say this is definitely one that I could see myself rewatching quite a few times. This is one that has a really good story to it. The battle scenes are really cool. There's a lot of heartfelt moments in it, and there really is a lot of solidity to this show that makes it rewatch worthy.
There's also so many good characters.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like you care about pretty much all of them.
Now, just talking about rivalries a little bit ago, Reno and Furuhashi, who do you think is stronger?
Well, Furuhashi is at the start, but he starts to kind of peak. I feel like he pushed past it because of Reno, but he kind of started to peak. But Reno is just like unbound potential.
Absolutely, because in the beginning, their numbers were pretty close, but Furuhashi's has you're right, like kind of peaked out and like plateaued, where Reno just continues to get stronger like every single time they turn around.
Right, and
but they
so
both
fast too.
They both got recommended though to like become captains, or not necessarily captains, but to go train with other divisions to get stronger.
Right. Yeah.
Because
that was really cool. I think how they were saying like the future is like there's been more and bigger kaijus, and these recruits specifically are like the future and what's gonna save the world. Well, they say the country, but realistically the world. So that was really cool.
Yeah. And I actually really like
the two pairs of rivals, and Shinomiya was already gone at that point, and then it was the other two pairs of rivals that are going off to do the thing.
Right. Which I'm still like a super big fan of the fact that everybody basically said like, hey, no, I'm loyal to this district or this division. This is why I joined. And Reno's like, I'll go.
Yeah, no thoughts.
Like,
I'll go.
Yep. Like, whatever you say that will make me stronger, I will do it. Am I loyal to this division? Yes. But do I want to get stronger? And this is an opportunity to do so? Done.
Biggest loyalty, though, is to Kafka, and that's why he wants to get stronger. He wants to protect Kafka from having to transform.
Right, because in every major battle so far, he's had to transform and do something about it, and he's managed to get away so that nobody really recognizes that it's him. But even like the vice captain at one point realized, why is it that a 9.8, which by the way is one of the most powerful kaijus ever detected, why is a 9.8 kaiju appearing at the same time that we lost vital signs on Kafka?
Right.
Because the other part of it is, which like that's really where like his full realization shows up, is during there's a moment where kaiju number 10, because only the ones that are strong enough get deemed a number, and kaiju number 8, Kafka, is one of those. Kaiju number 9 is the like fungus one that scares the shit out of me, and then kaiju number 10 somehow manages to, through its which they said was through sheer power, because he was so powerful that he was able to make all of these
Wyvern types.
Yeah, the like wyvern, very
solitary.
That's what I was going to say. Very solitary creatures. They hunt individually. They're never in packs. Was able to bring them all together and do a very organized assault to the point where even like, Kafka having as much knowledge as he does, the whole reason why he got brought in and really made an impression on all of the higher ups is because even though he couldn't kill anything himself, he was able to use his knowledge and complete the mission. That was their biggest thing, because his knowledge of how the kaijus work from having to literally dismember them as part of his job taught him, hey, this is where things are. This is how their core works. We dismembered something similar to this, and this is how it was killed. And he even said in '03 specifically, he said in 2003 is when one of the wyverns came in, and he said, no, stop shooting it from the front, shoot it from the back. And when they start trying to implement that tactic, a second wyvern would come and protect the back of the wyvern that they were trying to kill. So they were actually using squad tactics, which is unheard of.
Right. And the way they broke through was Shinomiya being a badass.
Well, that's also because she got her special weapon.
Yeah. Which special weapons typically only go to captains, vice captains.
Yeah, I was kind of confused at first with whenever the vice captain kind of showed his off. But then I started to understand. The weapons that they wield, all the captains and the vice captains, they're essentially made from like very specific materials. But if you ever notice that they have a number, like those are the kaiju weapons. Those are the ones from a numbered kaiju.
Technically, they all have a number. It's like a specific number designation. It was like SSO2 or something.
Mm-hmm. Well, so remember. That's kaiju number 2 was General Shinomiya.
Yeah, but Kikaru's had numbers on it, but it wasn't a numbered kaiju.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is what I was getting at.
Yeah. So like
the only kaiju weapon we've seen in season 1 is the one that Isao was using.
The general director.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which was fucking badass.
Kikaru gets this like wild like battle axe that she can use, which I can't help it, but there was a point in the fight with the number 10 kaiju with the vice captain where he did the thing where he like jumps from the building and he's like, technique number 6, and I'm like, no, don't say it, just fucking hit him. Right. Why you gotta announce it?
Right. I don't know why they all announce it.
There's an old cowboy movie with Clint Eastwood called The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and there's a point where this guy is just talking shit and he ends up getting shot, and the guy who shoots him says, when you have to shoot, don't talk. That's how I feel so many times, where it's like, why did you have to announce the attack you were doing? I can
understand if they were like internal monologuing it. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But just yelling it out loud, why?
It's like Black Star from Soul Eater all over again.
I fucking love Black Star.
Yo-hoo! Oh, that's too small for a big guy like me. Oh man, I'll be excited to do that show at some point too.
Absolutely. I really hope we do that for the you know what.
Oh yeah, for sure. So honestly, in a head-up fight, we've already seen 8 beats 9. At the time.
Yeah, power-wise, 8 is more powerful than 9.
I feel like 9's way more intelligent, though.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's what scares me.
His hacks are nuts.
Yeah.
Like being able to bring back all the other kaijus and make them like a little stronger, too.
They made them fungi.
Yeah.
I am kind of curious though about if 9 could have beaten 10.
Maybe.
I feel like the destructive ability would have been somewhere similar to a degree, but I think that's also because of the additional, what do you want to basically call it, a nuclear bomb that he built.
Yeah.
So during the fight with the vice captain and the 10th kaiju, all the wyverns, he ends up like putting out this like crazy battle cry, the number 10 kaiju does, and all the wyverns like basically build like a giant kaiju bomb over the city. And there's a mission control that you see all the time, and they kind of evaluate how much power is withheld in it, and they realize it's about the power of a nuclear bomb. So I have to wonder if like if number 9 would have been able to like, you know, deal with that.
I don't know that him himself would have been able to do anything about the bomb.
Kafka as kaiju number 8 literally just punches it.
No, yeah. Because he's got.
That's the way a lot of main characters for animes go. If I just punch it really hard, all my problems go away.
Pretty much.
But that was another point where the vice captain actually noticed, because we've kind of glossed over this little fact, but during the very beginning of the evaluations for the exam to become part of the defense force, the characters are they're given a power suit, which Izumo actually comes from the family whose company makes the suits, which I thought was a really cool fact.
Oh yeah, I love how Kafka doesn't know that, but picks him to put together that party anyway.
Oh yeah,
and then pretends that he knew it.
Dude, the part that I started dying at was when they were like, "It's A6 Wagyu," and they're like, "Is there really such a thing as an A6?" And then in parentheses it says, "No, there's not." I was like, "What?" So I was like, "Wait, A6 isn't a thing."
Nope. I really want some A5 Wagyu, but I ain't got that kind of money.
Well, I mean, to get real A5, you got to go to Japan. Like they have said that A5 within the US is not real A5. It's not. Right. So we can get something kind of close, but to get real A5, like, let's go.
I'm down. Let's go.
Well, eventually we'll do a live recording in Japan while we're eating A5. That's a goal, life goal. But they start getting all their power abilities gauged, and that we were talking about Shinomiya was able to put out like in the 40s. Reno and
Reno was about 8. Furuhashi, I think, was 10.
Reno was 18.
No, he was 8.
Oh, he was 8? I thought he was 18.
Yeah, he was upset about it, and Vice Captain was like, "No, that's actually pretty good for a recruit. These other guys are just monsters."
Which Kafka basically looks like he's trying to fight off the worst constipation of his life, trying to like go Super Saiyan, and he puts out a 0, which even was a better moment than ever, because the vice captain was like, "Oh yeah, well, I mean, no one's ever scored a 0. It's basically impossible." And then they go to do Kafka's and it says 0, and he goes, "Again? Like, what the hell?" He just starts cracking up at him. Like, he really is. I mean, looking at all the animes we've been doing this season, I mean, solo leveling, he was a 10, basically nothing. Deku started off as literally nothing.
No power.
Like, it seems to be kind of like a trend that we've had, but no, it's not intentional.
No, that's just what shonens have turned into.
Yeah, I know. Well, Yusuke Urameshi starts off as nothing, just a punk kid.
I wouldn't say he starts off as nothing. He's definitely the strongest punk in the town.
Oh shit! I'm actually gonna beat myself in the ass for this. I can't remember the name of the high school, because he says number one. Yeah. That's what I'd say. Number 1 punk at something junior high, because Kuwabara says it, and he says, "I'm the worser punk of." I want to say it's Sariashi, but I feel like I'm wrong.
It's really close to that, because that sounded like it's something like that.
So, I don't know. It's kind of been a trend this season, but now we've gotten to a point where, you know, they're in this show specifically, like, everybody's putting out a power level. Even Kafka is. He's putting out a 1% finally, which has been kind of a point between him and the vice captain. Because that was another really big heartfelt part for me, was when Kafka gets, you know, he's up late studying again, and he goes to check out the training room because he notices a light on, and he's like, no one's supposed to be awake. And whenever he goes to check it out and turn the light off, he notices the vice captain in there, like, not necessarily shadow boxing with his swords, but like actually doing almost like what they do in Kengan Ashura, where there's like a it's like a mental fight, and he's like reliving the fight that he had with Kaiju number 8.
Right.
So
Baki too.
Yeah, for sure. The vice captain is training, and Kafka basically says, I will help out any way I can, I swear. And the vice captain starts like choking him out. And he's like, oh yeah, how you going to do that if you're with only 1% power, blah, 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 like choking him out. And he's like, well, you know, he's like, I feel like I can afford to put 1% of my trust in you. Yeah. And that's right after the vice captain actually put in a request to have Kafka move from just a cadet to a full-blown officer.
Mm-hmm. Right, which the reason he did that is after he found the core and the reproductive things, when vice captain says to him, he's like, you did good, Kafka. I was like, oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, he got his little pat on the back, and even like during the party, you know, like the party, he actually made it a point to, in front of everybody, the most weak individual here, we owe thanks. Because of you, we were able to survive.
Right.
Which is huge for him. This is really all he's ever wanted. Mm-hmm. You know, the part that almost got me, I will say, is like it got me to the closest of ever crying in an anime. When Kafka and Mina
in the truck?
In the truck.
I know, because I did cry. Shut up.
So, like we were talking about before, the giant kaiju wyvern bomb, right? So they realize that they're never going to be able to evacuate. Everyone's basically going to die. So Kafka, you know, has to mentally apologize to Reno because he said he wouldn't do anything unnecessary or take an unnecessary risk. And he says, this time I feel like it's necessary. And that's when the vice captain notices that he's moving super fast. He's like, no, that's not somebody who moves with 1% power. Like, there's no way. And then he transforms, and he even says it. He's like, I knew something was different about him. Something about him told me that there was something wrong. And, you know, he goes up and he punches it. And then, you know, coming back down, he just transformed into a kaiju in front of the...
He's like, I really fucked up this time.
Yep, in front of the Kaiju Defense Force. Like, this is unheard of to them. They're already dealing with a Kaiju that is a Kaiju that's, like, pretending to be human, let alone the other way around. Like, that's not even, like, a possibility for them. They don't even know that's a thing. And he, you know, very willingly just lets them take him in, and they get a call from the higher-up saying that they're going to transport him to headquarters. And Mina... or Captain Ashiro, is the person who leads him in. And again, remember, they've been they were young children when they were friends, when they first became friends, that they pledged that they would be part of the Defense Force together. And all he's ever wanted to do is fight at her side, where she is, you know, a prodigy, basically. You know, she basically, because the entire Division 3 is standing, you know, at attention as he's being led to his transport. And whenever they get into the truck, Mina says that there are no cameras there, so she can talk a little bit more openly. And she lets him know, hey, look, nobody from Division 3 labels you as a threat. Everyone has their full utmost faith in you, and we're going to basically do what we can to try to clear this up and try and bring you back to us. And that's where she's like kind of reading him his rights in a way. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
And
sort of.
Kafka basically interrupts her and says, like, is there still a possibility that I will be able to stand beside you, and starts crying. And she basically has to, like, kind of hold it back a little bit and smiles and just says, I'll be waiting for you. That part, that was a big one, man. That was rough. It's because I'll be honest, man. It almost kind of hurt me a little bit how heartless Mina was being to him. Because she even like the council even brings it up at one point during their final meeting that like she failed him. Like she literally failed him every time.
That's because to her he was almost useless.
I mean, but it's true. Like he was.
Right. And her duty is so important to her. And defeating Kaiju is so important to her.
Yeah. I mean, if you're not somebody who can support the group, then, I mean, you're somebody who's going to drag it down. And unfortunately, regardless of, you know, childhood promises or relationships or anything, she stands in her duty the most more than anything.
But the very few moments where she lets a little bit of emotion out, or like the one time where she smiled as she was walking away, and Vice Captain was like, "Oh, is that a little bit of a smile there?"
Dude,
those are the best moments.
I love the Vice Captain so much. He's
by far my favorite. My favorite character.
I was gonna say if he's not my favorite, he is absolutely my second favorite, I think. But you know who he reminds me of, which I feel like you might agree or disagree, but he reminds me of like a way funnier, like way more laid back version of Levi.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If Levi had a chill, funny side.
That's what I'm saying. He's like a way more like, you basically gave him like the biggest chill pill ever, and he's not OCD cleanly.
Right.
I guess the last thing I really want to bring up is the final fight between the General Director and Kaiju number 8.
Oh, Esau's such a badass.
Dude, that guy is so strong. Like, unbelievable. I mean, granted, his weapon's broken as shit, but he's the only person who actually has been able to wield it.
Right. Well, yeah, you got to be strong to be able to wield those things. And the whole time, one of the other, like the deputy director is talking about how he's holding back. He's not trying to kill Kaiju number 8.
Yeah, which that's actually was something that Kikaru actually noticed was that her dad wasn't going all out. So she was like, is he actually like giving Kafka a chance? Because she wasn't expecting that whatsoever, especially after seeing the x-rays that he showed her. You could see Kafka's core, which is almost like it's like almost like disguised as his heart.
Right.
So that was not something I was expecting at all either. But, you know, she told Kafka early on, you know, if you end up just being a regular kaiju who's out to destroy humanity, then I'll have to put you down myself, which, I mean, she's nowhere near her dad's strength. And her dad at Kaiju number 8's full potential is going to fucking stomp him. I mean, it literally almost killed
stomp him. Yeah.
Yeah. Kaiju number 8 almost fucking killed him.
Yep.
Because during their fight, you know, Kafka's trying to just basically run away, but he can't get away, and it actually kind of like makes him lose control because every single time that he gets hit, he's transforming further and further and further. But I think that's honestly, the kaiju trying to protect itself.
Well, what I think it is and also this is going to go back to something else. It kind of seems like the kaiju inside of him senses the kaiju, and that's what's really driving it, because it wants to kill all kaijus.
It seems that way for sure.
I think that's why. That's probably also why that seeked out Kafka. Like, this is a guy that wants to kill kaijus, and he also doesn't have power on his own, but he has the will and all that. So I'm gonna go into him and give him the power to do what needs to be done.
I could see that. Well, because there was a moment where they were talking during that fight where they were just like fucking throwing hands. You know, it's like a Max Holloway fight where like they just stand in the middle and just start fucking throwing. Like, there's a moment there where you can see Kaiju number 8, and then like there's almost like the aura of Kaiju number 2.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
they say
really
that
cool.
They say that they're fighting through time. Kaiju number 8 and Kaiju number 2 are fighting through time. That was badass, man.
That was badass.
But during that like whole thing of like he got beat so bad that like the kaiju kind of like took over to try to, I think it almost tried to do that to preserve itself, but
Right.
it took complete control because like his pupils were disappeared. Because normally when Kafka turns to kaiju number 8, he still has his pupils. They fucking disappeared as soon as he made the full transition.
Yeah, and then he started to turn red instead of the like green blue.
And then he started doing what kaiju number 10 did, and technically kaiju number 9 was like as he like the fight kept going, like they just kept growing in size and getting stronger and stronger.
Right.
I wasn't really expecting how Kafka was going to take control back, which was to literally manage to like take control of the body long enough to punch himself in the chest to like try to knock out his own core.
Right. Yeah, because he's like, if I'm gonna kill people as a kaiju, I'd rather die as a human.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he was trying to kill himself there.
Mm-hmm. And I like how he still sticks to his guns as he's like transforming back from kaiju number 8. That he says that I am not kaiju number 8. My name is Kafka Hibuno. Hibuno.
Hibino.
I don't know. I know. I was talking to someone about it the other day. I'm starting to notice I'm starting to get like a super stutter, and it's driving me nuts.
Oh.
I haven't figured it out yet, but I'm starting to stutter, and I don't know if it's just because I'm getting older or.
I thought it was
is,
just you having trouble pronouncing
No.
Japanese names.
No, I'm starting to stutter.
Ah. Got it.
It's been interesting.
That's fair.
But yeah, so that whole fight scene was a really badass thing, and I kind of expected how it ended, truthfully.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the director, because everybody is like, all right, cool, like open and shut, like we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna kill him, and we're just gonna move on, and we're just not gonna talk to the media about it or anything. Like we're just gonna move past it, and we're just gonna keep things under wraps, because they even talk about there's another country that's starting to do like DNA grafts.
Fuse, yeah, grafting, yeah.
So, you know, they're already trying to implement like kaiju DNA into humans, and they're like, nah, like we can't like expand on this, so we're just gonna keep it under wraps. And the director goes, no, we're gonna use them as a weapon, which Kafka knew right away. He's like, I'm not gonna be a freaking weapon. Like, no.
I mean, he's still giving the director what he wants, just labeling it differently.
I mean, I would almost imagine this is kind of like almost what he wanted in the first place, was to be able to like flip flop back to kaiju number 8 and just beat the shit out of kaijus all the time.
Right. But I love how, I mean, first off, he wakes up in the hospital bed, and then the person who's with him is the general director.
Yep.
He's like, wait, you're here?
Well, then he calls him Kafka instead of
right,
kaiju number 8.
which was huge, first off. Second off, they're having this serious discussion, and then Kafka just falls asleep. He's like, you're falling asleep?
We're not done here. Oh, dude, like this. For anybody who has not watched Kaiju number 8, 100% would recommend you sit down one day where you've got a little bit of time and just watch the first episode. This is such a good show with so many funny moments in it. Like, literally watching like a demon, like a very immensely powerful demon who has like a super worried like little brother inside of it. Like, please don't tell mom. Because he doesn't want to get ratted out on, because all he wants to do is kill kaijus and be able to support the defense force, but somehow has gotten turned into a kaiju and is immensely more powerful than he realizes. It's got so many good moments in it for hilarity, heartfelt drama, rivalry. Like it's got everything. This is really one of those like whole package animes.
I'll tell you one other thing that it's got. It's got really good music. First off, love the intro. I listen to it all the time. Love the outro. Listen to it sometimes. but his Kaiju number 8's theme song, when every time he transforms, can't get enough of it.
Yeah. Well, so I guess I have to follow up with one last thing here real quick while I'm thinking about it, because we've been talking about like, you know, potential like what if fights. What do you think if Kafka went as Kaiju number 8 went full force against the vice captain.
Oh, he'd kill him.
I was going to say, I think he would destroy him. Now, granted, the fight between Kaiju number 8 and General Shinomiya, that wasn't Kafka. That was Kaiju number 8.
Kafka was like running away.
Right, but I don't think even if Kafka had full, like, if he was full into the fight as Kaiju number 8, I don't think it would have gone the same way. I think I think the
Isao would have kicked
merciless
his ass.
Oh yeah,
because Isao is known as the strongest ever.
Oh yeah, he's the strongest that the Defense Force ever had,
and he's
the
using
only
a
one who's been able to
weapon.
Yeah, which he's the only one who's been able to wield it because he's the only one powerful enough. Because Kaiju number 2 is one of the most powerful Kaijus to ever exist.
Right.
Which they said his the weapon kind of responds to the way that Kaiju number 2 did, where it's like its defiance till the end kind of like lives on within the weapon.
Mm-hmm.
So that's even kind of wild too, that the weapons almost take on part of the not just like the power, but part of like the being of that Kaiju.
Right.
So, but yeah, I think if Kafka really would have been like, because even the vice captain noticed it, that he punched his weapon. Like Kafka punched his weapon, not him.
Oh, and after Kafka is taken away, it was like a week after everybody's talking about and stuff. And he goes, when he comes back, I'm gonna punish him for taking it easy on his vice captain or something like that.
Yeah, he's like, we're gonna fight for real. I'm like, oh, dude, are you still on this right now? God damn it! Why do I keep pulling from stuff? This is literally Hikaru no Go all over again. Oh
yeah.
It's not his fight with Kafka; it's his fight with Kaiju number 8.
Right.
No, I'm very happy with this pick. We will be making an announcement through the social medias for sure as to what our next episode is. We haven't
even decided yet.
No, we actually have a pool of we have 12 episodes that we have down, and we're having a really hard time picking because truthfully, and I feel like this is probably one of the best times to make this announcement.
It's the best time.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna run this show in seasons. We're gonna run from February to the end of October. The end of October will kind of be the end of the season, and we'll have a special Halloween episode every year to end out the season. We're going to take the holiday season off just to spend time with our families and, really not be distracted by anything there. We don't want to give you a half-assed product, but we also don't want to half-ass time with our family during such a specific time where it's very valued. So we feel like we would just ask for a little bit of understanding in that, and we are really looking forward to continuing as things go on. We'll give you little bits of snippets throughout that holiday season through social media just to kind of give you guys some heads ups as to what the season's going to follow up with and how we're planning on doing things moving forward. But we feel like that's going to be the best thing that we could do, and we have 4 more episodes to go in this season. So we really do appreciate everybody who's followed the journey so far. We're almost 1 year into actually airing our stuff. We've been working on this for about 2 years now, and for anybody who's actually stuck around a little bit or watched as it's moved on, or maybe this is your first episode you stopped into, we really, really appreciate it. If you really do have a moment and you really want to kind of let us know how we're doing, or if you have a comment about the show, please feel free to drop a comment somewhere, YouTube, anywhere that you can drop a comment. Please, we would love to read them, and we would love to know what you guys feel and have you guys be a part of this. So I think those are my final words. Jay-Z, you got anything left on the Brainium?
Not really. Renu's that guy though.
O'Doyle rules.
All right,
buddy. But again, thank you, binge watchers, for stopping into another episode of the Binge Watch Brigade. We, your hosts, Jim Bob Joe III and Jay-Z John Carnage, ready to go, ready for that next episode. We'll drop it soon in the social medias, what we're doing, because we kind of have to pick, and we've got a lot of good ones. So appreciate it again. Thank you guys. You guys have a good one.
Love you. Bye.